Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Brett. I got a video today from All Asians Dilemmas. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. That's that chow. It's chow time. Shout outs to our Asian brother. He sent me this video. He sent it to me like almost a month ago, and I didn't cover it. I'm trying to cover it now. My bad, brother. I got a lot of things going on, so I'm just trying to get through all the videos everybody's suggesting to me.
Why are boys becoming more aware now? They no longer cling to you, nor are they desperately giving you gifts, sending red envelopes, buying this, buying that. Because boys have realized that even if I buy, it doesn't help. If a girl likes me, she won't make me spend a dime.
The red pill, the manosphere, has grown to such a degree, even in China, men are realizing she likes me. She's going to do all this stuff anyways. I don't have to jump through all these hoops like everybody else.
And she'll still be with me. If you don't like me, no matter how much I spend. In the end, I'm just supporting someone else's girlfriend.
Correct.
What's the use? Also, many boys now don't make promises without seeing results. If you don't want to confirm a relationship with me, right? Sorry. I won't spend a penny on you. Don't even think about it.
Exactly. This is just all logical thinking that men are going, what? Wait, we're not together in any way, shape, or form? Why should I be paying your bills in any way, shape, or form?
So, now many girls are also feeling bad. They are very conflicted. If you're not willing to spend time or money to pursue me, why should I be your girlfriend? Boys, they just go into a passive state. If you don't want to confirm a relationship with me, I won't spend a penny on you. If you want to enjoy someone pursuing you, then go find someone else.
Damn right.
I'm not the right fit. So, the awareness of boys has been shaped by the torment caused by girls over the past few years, which has tortured them into self-awareness.
This is exactly it. The internet, the way women are acting here now, at least in the West, I guess China's just as bad. You trained men, you taught men to be self-preserving and self-reliant now, to not need you, to not want you, because it is so much worse to deal with you guys than it is to just deal with ourselves.
The awakening of boys basically happens after the age of 25. After experiencing relationships, they understand the importance of money, learn to be good to others, giving their all, but realizing it is of no use. Between people, everything is an exchange of interests, and the most important thing for a man is to make money, build a career. If you focus on your career, you can't afford to invest all your time in women. After 2 years, you might just end up being a nice guy. So, I keep emphasizing that you should invest in yourself, raise your own value, and the one who really cares about you is the one who gave you up. But if you are now, between 25 and 30 years old, spending your days thinking about love and crying, caught up in trivial matters, then you have basically become irrelevant.
I agree.
Do you know why men are no longer willing to pursue women? The current social atmosphere has become somewhat strange. Society is becoming harsher on men and more lenient towards women. Women can simply ask for a car and a house, then play the victim, saying they have to take care of the family, have children, do housework, and cook, as if...
Damn, right? They ask for all of these things and then play victim, that they have to actually do something.
If it's a huge sacrifice. Sorry, you can live by yourself then. I was once at the bottom of society without a house or a car. I remember one winter when I couldn't even afford heating. Back then, I had a girlfriend. I didn't expect her to be very beautiful or have a great figure, nor did I expect her to be like the cute female characters on TV, good at housework, or both a great cook and socially charming. I didn't make much money, and she didn't work, so to survive, we had to live frugally. Maybe you think I was really lucky. She wasn't materialistic, right? Well, let me ask you, do you believe she gave me the silent treatment for 4 years? I put up with it for 4 years, trying my best to please her because I really couldn't make enough money to support the lifestyle she wanted.
Damn.
Now, I'm 36, and it's been many, many years since we broke up. But even now, it's hard for me to think about it. is not because she broke up with me, but because I tried so hard to change and worked tirelessly to make money. And what about her?
And that's the sentiment of a lot of men. We try so hard. We want to please our women. We want to give them nice things. We want to do all these things. Sometimes it's beyond our capabilities, at least at that moment. And then women just shit on you. It's sad to see women shit on good men that work so hard to provide. Yes, you may not provide everything, but you are trying to provide. You treat her well. You do all the things that a good man should do. And you still get shitted on. That's the part where I'm glad young men are learning. But again, young men are learning straight from anecdotally, just from us and certain people's advices. They're not fully analyzing everything and going through their own life experience from it. If you were just to listen to me or say Myron or somebody and they say exactly what they say and you don't really discern anything from it, you might just blindly follow. And you might do some of the weird things that other creators say, even some of the weird things I tell you to do, which might not agree with you in general. So it's okay to analyze.
After treating me coldly, she decided, in her words, that I was a failure who couldn't achieve anything. And then she wanted to break up. She said any man she found would be better than me. And when I begged her not to leave, I'll never forget the look of disgust on her face.
The gentleman went through it all. I think quite a few of us will go through this, the begging, the asking her to stay. And yes, they're so disgusted when you're on your knees begging for them to stay because you're not the man that they truly admire. They just look at you in such disgust and disdain. That's why do not chase, do not beg for women. Just move on. The faster you can say, oh, okay, then let's end it and turn around and walk away, the faster for you to heal and the faster for her to realize she fucked up.
After so many years together, and in the beginning we genuinely liked each other. I think if I had raised a dog for a few years and it begged me like that, I would have felt sympathy. I feel a little sorry for myself too. Maybe you'll think I'm joking. My hometown is a rural area in Jining, Shandong. There, for a girl to accept a blind date, she starts by asking for a dowry of 380,000.
For a blind date? What? What? I know that's not that much in the US dollars, but to them, that's a lot of money.
Yuan, and even her looks are average. And still, you have to line up just to meet her. I want to tell you this is common where I'm from. These girls, who are courted by the poor, will never marry a truly excellent man. As my financial situation gradually improved, I noticed that the women around me were more willing to engage equally. During my toughest times, my current partner used her credit card and sold her house to support my business. But my ex-girlfriend, who held 30,000 yuan that I had saved, didn't give me a cent when I needed it. Now, I have millions saved from my business. With my current partner, I know many married women who, when they see other families with nice things they can't afford, go home and complain that their husbands aren't ambitious enough. And the men,
Yep, that's the Instagram social media lifestyle. As soon as they see their friends, somebody else that has much better things than them, that's what they want. And they expect you to get it.
face enormous pressure at work, and when they come home, instead of comfort, they get more complaints. Why don't you spend time with me? Why are you playing games again? Why don't you give me more money? Honestly, nowadays, I haven't met many women who don't add more stress to their husbands.
True.
I really want to ask, do you deserve it? Besides my career, I never have to worry about household matters. My partner sends money to my parents every month. When I come home, there's an apple peeled and ready, or a pomegranate, and she...
Damn. All right, story time. So yesterday was my mother's anniversary. It's her second year of passing. It's actually been 2 years since I did YouTube. So the day of my mother passing and when I really started YouTube was the same day. And I was a little bit busy and caught up doing videos in the morning. And then my girlfriend texts me and she's like, there's flowers in the front, take them to your mom. And I'm just like, what? Like, what are you talking about? And then I was like, oh my God, I'm right. This is mom's anniversary. So she already knew the date. She planned it out. She got flowers to be sent to my house so I can grab those flowers and go to the temple and visit my mom. I didn't have to ask her for that. I didn't even think to ask for that or anything. She just knew it was going to happen and I would probably need flowers. So she just handled it for me because she knows I'm pretty busy and I might have slipped my mind. That, to me, is exactly what most women are missing here in the West. Is just think about me a little bit, and there's plenty of little things you can do for me to make my life easier. Most women just choose not to do it, right? Shout outs to my girl.
He asks me what I'd like to eat. Why do men prefer younger women? Because women around the age of 20 are much better at caring for, protecting, and understanding their partners. They don't start the conversation by asking, how much do you make? Do you have a car? Do you have a house? When men are exhausted from working, they offer space or a hug and say, you've worked hard. They aren't always thinking about what they can gain, but instead about giving and appreciating. Nowadays, it's normal for men not to chase after women. Once you enter the
MGTOW is everywhere now, boys. Everywhere. And even we say, Southeast Asian countries, passport bros, you'll probably still run into women that are very similar in the West. They're everywhere now. We're not saying like you won't find them there. And just the likelihood of finding a good one is just quite a few percentages higher. That's all we're saying, guys. You're still going to have to put in work. You still have to be a good man. You're still going to have some money.
The dating market after 25, in my opinion, things change. Love becomes a business transaction.
I can see
Both
that.
men and women become commodities, and it's no longer about feelings but about price. Everyone is calculating their benefits instead.
That's exactly what's happening in the US, right? As women are getting older, they're calculating all their benefits they still want, but they can't achieve anymore. And men that have gotten older, they're calculating their benefits for all the hard work they've achieved to get to that age with money. It's just cost analysis on both sides.
Instead of focusing on how to maintain a relationship or build a family.
True.
I'm sorry, but many men I know were happy and content before they got into a relationship. And after they did, their whole life changed for the worse.
Ouch.
There's no throne waiting at home. So what are you chasing? To put it bluntly, if you spend that money on a foot massage, they'll scrub your feet until they're smooth.
Damn.
To put it very bluntly, a man's awakening is the beginning of a woman's sorrow. This has become an undeniable fact. Why are there still some girls who continue to have the consciousness of gender benefits, thinking they are superior when things don't go their way? Oh, please open your eyes.
I mean, for China, I think it'd be worse just because these women have a chip on their shoulders, right? They even worse than the Western women because they know there's not very many of them. Men outpopulate them quite a bit, so they know they're the commodity.
And see the real world. Men are increasingly choosing to lie flat and not get married. And there are still naive girls who, taking advantage of the scarcity of men, threaten them. They think that being scarce makes them valuable, and that when men marry them, they should support them and satisfy their insatiable greed. Please stop this behavior that shows a lack of intelligence. This is forcing men to give up looking for partners and to avoid marriage altogether.
Wow, a woman actually trying to shame other women to correct their behavior. Shout outs to you.
Everyone is stepping back, and good girls also suffer the consequences. Each one is hurting themselves and putting at risk what their parents have built. Are you not becoming more humble? When men are pushed to a certain point, they can really distance themselves from women and they won't die from it, right? The money they earn through hard work, isn't it better to spend it on themselves? The time and energy they invest in themselves, isn't that satisfying? Why should they spend a large part of their energy and wealth on women? Buying houses, cars, and paying dowries, and acting like a servant, always taking care of the princess's emotions? Do they have a tendency to become masochists? I ask you, I have been a matchmaker for 5 years.
Oh, she's a matchmaker. That makes more sense.
To be honest, the men I meet are becoming more and more aware. Don't you love to drink poison soup? Then keep
no.
drinking it until you're 60 years old. And there's still a wave of people trying to tear others down, actively sharing in my comment section stories about how a woman married 3 times ended up marrying a prince in Dubai. Dear girls who write to me, stay firm and keep your expectations.
Married 3 times and found a Dubai prince. Yeah, good luck, ladies.
When you're old and lying in bed with no one to take care of you, your Prince Charming will surely arrive on his white horse, even if he is late. If you believe that, keep your expectations high. And for those who can see the truth, ask yourselves, when you're sick and lying in bed with no one to take care of you, I want to see if this poison soup still works.
Do you know why men prefer to stay single rather than get into a relationship? Many men who haven't been in a relationship for a long time are now in this state. They're tired of playing video games, they don't respond to messages on WeChat anymore, and they spend their days scrolling through short videos.
Yep.
Sometimes they're touched by a caption. Other times, a video hits them emotionally. Although they feel lonely, they don't want to settle. They're busy filling their lives with work, socializing, caring for pets, shopping,
The pets thing is so huge nowadays. There's so many people with pets, dogs, cats. It's more people with pets than there are more people with kids and babies, and that's weird.
traveling, and various hobbies, replacing the role of a partner and fully satisfying their emotional needs. That's why they choose immersive singledom. They don't have a girlfriend, nor do they engage in flirtatious relationships. They exchange a few words with a girl they just met, but the conversation quickly dies. They feel like they've lost the ability to love. It's not that they don't want a relationship. They're just afraid they can't offer something better to a woman. They know that if they can't hold on to something, even reaching out is unnecessary.
Do you know why many men nowadays don't want to date, let alone get married? Yesterday, a follower commented on my video saying that he dated for 3 years, spent over 200,000 yuan, and still didn't
I know, again, it's probably not that much translated into the US, and I'm too lazy to do the conversion, but in their money, that's a lot of money.
have the courage to marry. Buying a house, a car, paying for the bride price. Just thinking about it is terrifying. This shows that men can no longer afford to date. In real life, this is also proven. Except for the Qingming festival, all other holidays, whether Chinese or foreign, are celebrated by couples. If you want to win a girl's heart, it's not enough to give 9 roses. Even 99 wouldn't be enough. Plus, you need to make a money transfer. If it's less than 520 yuan, it's better not to send anything. And this doesn't even include going out for dinner or to the movies, buying clothes, cosmetics, and snacks on the day itself.
In China, they are really truly buying these women with this. This is true prostitution over there.
In short, if you
You gotta send them money, you gotta pay the dates, and you gotta do all these other things. Like, my jeez. Might as well stay single for sure.
want to be the dream guy in a girl's eyes, you need to have a lot of money to maintain that appearance. Recently, I saw a news program where a girl reported a male colleague for harassment. Upon investigation, the police discovered that they always went to and from work together, and the guy often treated the girl to dinner and sent her large sums of money in red envelopes. He believed that, even without a formal label, they were already in a relationship. But the girl said, "We're just friends." The police then asked her, "If you're just friends, why did you accept so much money?"
Yep.
The girl replied, "Isn't that normal?" This is the reality. Many women enjoy the time, money, and affection that men offer but aren't willing to reciprocate. The common thought among men is, "I'm a man, it's normal for me to give more."
Correct.
But what they receive in return is a feeling that it's taken for granted, or even a phrase from the girl, "We're just friends."
Yeah, that reciprocation thing is such a big thing. Men, again, we don't mind doing all these things. We love it. We are kind of proud and enjoy it to take care of our women and all this, but we also want reciprocation. We want, to be treated nicely, to also be thought of, to do the little things that they expect us to do for them, those little things that we can read their minds, maybe they should try to read our minds and just to do the little things for us too. At least attempt.
So, when in a relationship, men must always pay the bill, transfer money during holidays, and can't question the unreasonable demands from women. Women only know how to take and don't understand the concept of giving, while presenting themselves in a superior manner. In their minds, they think it's natural for women to accept men's contributions, dining, sending money, gifts, but if you want to take the relationship seriously, you're accused of harassment. Some women say, just because I accept dinner and money, does that mean we have to date? That sounds somewhat reasonable. Relationships shouldn't be so materialistic. They shouldn't be transactional. But what these people don't understand is that if there's no actual or potential romantic relationship, what right do you have to accept a person's money and food? Enjoying all their gentle offerings just because you're a woman? These are greedy and selfish excuses that deceive men. Women like to test men's commitment based on how much they're willing to spend. And what's the result? The ones who chat with you get called puppies, and those who create romantic surprises are seen as offering cheap kindness. In other words, your attitude toward them depends on how much they spend. What has happened to society? Has dating turned into a transaction? But even in a transaction, there's give and take, right? However,
usually, yeah, in a transaction, I would usually receive something for all this money, time, and effort that I'm spending. But women nowadays don't even offer coochie.
In reality, more and more people are taking advantage, squandering other people's wealth without any response. While enjoying the benefits, they assume the identity of a girlfriend, but when
squandering other people's wealth without any that's exactly what women do, yes.
A guy wants to confess his feelings, they say, we're just friends. That's why more and more men don't want to date and prefer being single. Their meager salaries can't support dating, much less getting married. It's better not to try at all. And girls can no longer feel that sense of being pursued. After all, investing without any results feels like being deceived. Not many can truly withstand such emotional games. They are just too heart-wrenching. What do you all think about this? Thanks for watching, liking, and supporting. See you in the next video.
In the beginning, men whose dating goal is marriage mostly end up sabotaging themselves. Today, I will tell you how constantly trying...
Sabotaging yourself is exactly what us men do exactly when trying to get married and trying to have a family and stuff, because we just don't know the game and well enough, and women are not playing the same game. They're not playing the family, game. They're playing the steal resources from you game, the sprinkle game.
Trying to satisfy women's sense of security can devour a man. The most typical example is before marriage, where you might think, oh, I only earn a little. You don't need to think too much about it. This is a form of self-sabotage, because from a young age, everything you have learned from culture teaches you that men should work outside and bear the responsibility of supporting the family so that women can be beautiful like flowers. Then you naively believe that the present time is the same as before.
This man has figured it out.
But coincidentally, you encounter some people who say every day, oh, you're making me feel insecure. They try to tame you in the name of love, making you the most important person in the relationship, so you continuously meet their demands. They label all their desires as love, making all their requests seem very reasonable. They ask, what if you leave me? What if you find someone else? Continuously bringing up these demands, some naive men start to accept them and compensate materially for their lack of security, thinking, this girl has given me her most precious years, so I will hand over my salary. I will please her. In the end, the person figures you out, and you are still being led by her rhythm, completely unaware of it all. Many young brothers genuinely do not...
Women's manipulation is very strong, especially when men are head over heels for women. We don't see shit.
Know that your prime earning years, the time when you can work hard, only lasts until 35. So, for this group of people who cry about lacking security every day, money is the only standard by which to measure whether you love them. While you still fantasize that a
broke, dusty, musty, crusty
lifetime of sincerity can earn you a lifetime of love, you will undoubtedly become addicted to the tragic storyline of losing everything. In the end, you will find that even if you hand over all your salary, it will not solve any problems. She still will not feel secure.
Nope.
The conversation just changes, with the person saying, "Oh, what does this certain person think of me makes me so afraid?" Breaking down how amazing my friend's boyfriend is. Your sense of security is simply not enough. You clearly do not love me enough. Only then do you realize that handing over your salary and marrying you are completely two different things.
Simply put, the current relationship market is extremely unfavorable for men, not only in China, but around the world.
Yep.
This situation is not just a result of the high demands from women, but also of a market system that has complicated relationship dynamics even further, especially for young people. They have to divide their attention between relationships and work, and it is no longer feasible to buy a house or a piece of land at a fair price. The global
True.
economy is facing challenges, and often, it is easier and more rewarding to choose to remain single. This allows you to spend your money only on yourself, buying what you want and living a simple, stress-free life. These days, it seems better to be alone. I really don't know how to resolve this dilemma. Is the future promising, or is it likely to get worse?
It's actually kind of nice to hear it from other countries in China and stuff like that, that these men think and feel exactly how men in the West feel, right? And women, it really shows that women nature is women nature. They're women first, and they're women everywhere. Does it all mean the same thing? No, there are some still good women out there, but hypergamy, money, status, it matters to almost all women. Shape, size, creed, age, height, it doesn't matter. Just how important is it on their list of top 5. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that, and catch you guys next time.